What's up, everybody? We are back with another hard-hitting episode of From the Left Hash. I'm your host, JJ Torres. And to my left, I got Limpy.
Limpy.
Daryl.
That's messed up.
Daryl
I gave you
over
the
here.
name for somebody else. You used it on me. What's up, everybody? What's up,
What's
guys?
going on, man? How's
Not a
your
lot.
weekend?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good. Got a fresh shave.
Yeah.
Fresh and so clean.
Your face or your head?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Balls.
You shave your head?
Yeah. Well, with a clip, no guard, with a shave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just too hot, man. And the beard, it makes me sweat. And, get all
That's
that.
the girliest shit you've ever said.
Shut up. No, it ain't.
And
You
to
got
my
one of the
right-
girliest thing I ever said right there.
To my right over here, I've got the mouse from the south
Yeah.
watching Apex.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your
Yeah.
weekend, man?
It was good, man. I played a lot of disc golf.
All right, that's enough of that.
Oh, before
Made some really good shots.
Before we get any further, happy late Father's Day to both of you.
I appreciate
Oh,
it, man.
both
Thank
of
you.
them,
You
Thank
know, it's
you.
Father's Day.
Brandon, happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Stepdad.
Thank
Miss
you.
Cleo.
My cat did make me a nice little card.
That's Chloe, dude.
Cleo, right?
Cleo. That is her name. She made me
Cleo.
a nice card.
I bet you did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
This is a fucking
Mhm.
turd.
Woke up to a turd in the bed. Like, oh, Cleo, you're so thoughtful. Thank
We've
you.
also got the producer, Brandon, out on the ones and twos.
Yeah. That's me right here.
Yeah. All right, man. On today's show, we're gonna break down Gary Woodland's first ever win at the U.S. Open. We're gonna talk about Manny Machado and how he's a little bitch. Some more interesting news on Big Pappi, and as always, we're gonna end it with surprise. I got a decent one today, I think. But
Maybe.
we always go off the rails
Maybe.
on that shit, anyways.
We go off the rails before we get to surprise.
You're
so.
you're right about that. What are you laughing at?
Marty goes, why did D shave his head?
Look at it. Brandon, look at Daryl.
I'll settle for B-Rad from Malibu's Most Wanted.
No.
Oh, that was good.
B-Rad
That's
has
pretty
hair.
weak.
That was a
pretty
good one,
weak.
babe. Good one, babe.
That was a good one.
All right, man.
Mad
Let's
at
start
you,
off. Let's start off with Gary Woodland throwing down his wood.
Controlled
Yeah.
the Open. Didn't he lead after, second day and third day, and then obviously fourth day?
Yep. He was
Kinda controlled the whole-
Yeah, he had the 54-hole lead. This
Mhm.
is the first time he's ever held it, right?
He just pretty much never let off, man.
No.
I think
Just
it's the
kept going.
first time anyone's ever led second, third, and obviously won it also.
At the U.S. Open, maybe, I'm not sure, but man, it was a good showing, dude. Everybody was really happy for that guy because from everything I
his
hear, he's a
story.
great dude. Yeah.
Well, and you've heard his story, right,
Yep.
about the kids and everything.
Yep.
I mean, it's fitting that he wins it on Father's Day, the
Yeah.
first major,
Yeah.
with his wife still expecting,
Twins.
twins. And the
Yeah.
story with, if y'all don't know, he had a miscarriage with the twins, and only one survived, and considered the boy, their miracle baby, and now his wife's pregnant again
Yep,
with twins,
with twins.
twin girls this time.
Yep.
So congratulations to him. He's a good player. He's been playing good all year.
Yeah, dude.
Another guy who's been killing it is freaking Koepka.
Fucking Koepka, man. We got to talk about that dude
Went
because
second at the Masters, won the last one, and then second in this one
yep.
as far as the last three majors.
And
That's just this year.
He's won the last two U.S. Opens.
Mm-hmm.
Has the best ever finish for somebody who's won the last two U.S. Opens and was in the running for this one.
Yeah.
He has the best finish ever, which is crazy, man. Dude's been on a roll, dude. And he could, if he would have made that birdie putt there on 18, he could have made it. It didn't matter anyways because fucking Woodland dropped it in for a birdie on 18.
Yeah, long putt too.
But,
That's nice. It was a good way for him to finish.
Yeah,
The way
but
he's been
he was there,
Mhm.
that's crazy, dude. Dude's been playing outside of his mind.
Yeah, he has. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that Spieth run
Yeah.
that Spieth had.
Yep.
What I like is how confident that dude is.
Koepka, yeah.
Because he's not talking shit, man. He's talking honesty, but it comes off like him being real arrogant.
Yeah, a lot of people
But he
don't
backs
like
it
him.
up, man. He goes out there and plays the game and just like,
I think there's a lot of golfers that come across that way, just because it seems like golfers have to have that mentality that
Yeah.
they're confident. It's not arrogance. It's not.
Yeah.
It maybe comes across cocky, but it's just confident. I mean, it's the one sport that's an individual sport.
Yeah.
And they're playing at the top level.
Well, we think it's individual, Jordan
Yeah.
Spieth was to have something else to say about that shit. Did you see what happened with him?
Uh-uh.
No, you
Well,
saw it, right?
yeah, but-
I showed you.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what it was on the second day, right, or the first day.
I don't remember what day it was. It was one.
It
of
was
the
on the
two,
second
yeah.
or first day,
Yeah.
and
So first or second day?
Yeah.
second or first.
Basically.
But so he ends up hitting a ball into the water on one of the holes, right? And then he has to hit from the drop zone.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's hitting from the drop zone, to him, you know, he hits a perfect shot, but it goes over the green. So he starts walking away, and as he's walking away, he's, you know, talking to his caddy. He's like, "Come on, Michael." He was like, "You got me in the water on one," or he says, "2 perfect shots. I hit 2 perfect shots. You got me in the water on one and over the green on the other."
Mm-hmm.
I get what I knew you were with the caddy being like a
Yeah.
team.
So you know, a lot of people were fucking throwing backlash at Spieth, like, "Oh, you shouldn't be talking to your caddy like that." You know, it's
But
up
what
to
if he
you.
was-
It's up to you to make the decision on what shots you hit, and you know, and I saw one guy on Twitter that was a fucking idiot. That, you know, he was saying like, "Oh, you know, Spieth's lucky that he didn't drop the bag right there, because I know a few caddies that would have dropped the bag then and there and told him to carry it." I'm like, bull fucking shit.
There's a
I was
lot
like,
of the
they're-
golfers and caddies have that type of
Well,
relationship.
especially them two, because they're always
Yeah.
talking, you know, back and forth. But, dude, there is no fucking caddy on the planet Earth that's gonna drop the fucking bag at the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. No fucking way.
Tin Cup
Yeah.
would.
No.
Tin Cup would, because he would have lost a bet.
Especially
But,
No, he
something
would have got
over
fired. He would have got fired. He wouldn't have dropped the bag. He would have got fired. But, dude.
But
like,
Spieth
it's-
knows too. I mean, that's why those comments you're talking about, those people are making ignorant statements, because guarantee you Spieth will be the first one to say his caddy is one of the main reasons he
Yeah.
won the majors he won.
And he has said
You
that.
know?
He has said that all along. But the thing is, too, is like people are ragging on Spieth like, "Oh, you know, you can't, you know, the shots are up to you." And I was like, no, it's not. Your caddy is there to give you distances, to give you, you know, which way the wind's blowing and shit like this. If you're giving your guy, say he told him, "Hey, you know, it's 210 to the water, you know, hit something, you know, that won't go that." And, you know, it's really 180 to the water. Well, he hits, you know, a club that's 190, which he should be safe, but he's not. Or, you know, the next shot, he's like, "Oh, you know, you got 160 to the green, but it's actually 140 or 150. So he hits it 10 yards over the green. That's, you know,
I mean,
that's big time.
Yeah, and ultimately it is Jordan's decision. But
yeah, you're
I'm
going
sure
off the
he's like, hey,
information
yeah,
that
exactly.
what
Hey,
your
what do
caddy gives
you
though.
like here? This is what I want to hear. And
Yeah.
caddy goes, "Well, no, you got this, you got this. This is what I like.
Yeah.
If you hit it perfect, or if you hit a draw shot, this is what it'll do." But give him, like you said, give him all the information, and then let the golfer go
Yeah.
perform the shot. And if whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, and I think that's just the banner between Jordan and his caddy.
Mike, yeah.
And I think
That'd
caddies,
be like if y'all two were caddies with one another. Or
Yeah.
one was a golfer, the other was a caddy. Just talking shit back to one another if something didn't go right. But then the next hole, you listen to them, and you get a eagle putt from 3 feet because of what your caddy said. You know, y'all are back to, well, y'all still probably talking shit. But you know what I mean.
true.
But you know, in the same breath, if Spieth would have, say it was a good read and Spieth thinned it, he would have been the first one to say, "Hey, man, I thinned it. That's on me.
Yeah.
You know, I hit that wrong."
He always
I
said
hit it
this,
fat,
Like, "Oh, Jordan,
know.
come on, Jordan."
Yeah, that was on him.
Yeah.
So when he feels that he hit the ball flush with the right speed, you know, and everything lined up, which he can feel, then that falls back on the decision I'm sure that they both made. But in a lot of these instances, the caddies do walk the course.
Yeah. No,
They're
yep.
getting yardage and distance because they know where Spieth would like to put it or where his distance is, and
So
say,
he
okay,
can
from
use
here.
a better club.
So they
Yeah,
can go
yep.
back and say, "Hey, man, hole one, I feel like this should be here, that should be there, and then you'd be here." You know, and they kind of they come up with
The
a game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why they rely on their caddies so heavily, because their caddies are doing all that for them.
True.
Which I'm sure if you talk to his caddy Michael, he'd be like, "You know what? It's cool. It happens.
It's a major.
Yeah, it
just
happens.
like
It's
any-
a big deal. It's not a small tournament."
Exactly.
Yeah,
You look
for
at
real.
just look at any sport, football, baseball, basketball. Look at the emotions in the
Yeah.
playoffs compared to the regular season. It's the same thing with golf and majors.
Yeah.
Their emotions are a little more amped up.
Yeah.
So if he happened, you know, and people just need to mind their own business.
And especially with Spieth, because even when he's playing good, he's still talking to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always talks to himself. He's always very he's very vocal on what he's doing. When we saw him at the Dell Match Play, he was hitting some straight shots, and he would still turn the mic and be like, "Man, that really didn't. I wanted it to do this and do that." And we're looking at each other like, "Dude, that was fucking perfect."
Shot, yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck you talking about? And he's still nitpicking it and talking down. That's just who he is. But I think people
That's a
are
competitor,
they're so set on Spieth being this good guy, you know, that he won't go there. And it's like, no, he's still a professional, and it's a big day, and he wants to do the best and be competitive.
And he's still a competitor.
Yeah, and you know this is gonna happen. There's some frustration there. He gets frustrated like everybody else.
Yeah. Some people are better. They don't let their emotions show. Bubba Watson is one of the, from what I've heard, he might have gotten better. He's one of the worst ones as far as when he's playing bad, he gets
I've
frustrated
seen that,
and
even
emotional.
Patrick Reed,
and,
you know, Patrick Reed fucking snapped a club over his leg, and nobody was talking about that.
Sergio.
You know,
They've
Sergio
all
was a
done it.
huge one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've all been there.
It's emotions.
But
it's their livelihood.
Yeah.
You know, and they want to win. So when they're playing bad or their caddy gives them bad advice,
Yeah.
they're going to be pissed.
They just don't expect it from Spieth. And you know,
Because he's supposed to,
Spieth's putting was coming along before that open.
Yeah.
He was putting good. He was hitting the greens in regulation. He was doing
playing really good.
His game was coming together at the right moment. So then you go in there with that confidence and that, man, my game was actually coming together when I needed it.
I could have got on a run, got back in the
exactly.
Yep.
And then this goes and now I take 2 steps back. I take 4 steps back. Now I'm frustrated, which is going to throw off the whole
now
day.
I'm going to press.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, not only that, but I got to deal with the press. I got to deal with the shit in the media. You know, it becomes a bigger thing than it really fucking needed to.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know?
But yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Good
So
match.
congrats to Gary Woodland, man. I think we're gonna have him on the podcast next week, right? Brandon?
he's
We
supposed to
got
call
that
in?
set up, right?
Yeah. I'm still waiting on his people to confirm,
Okay.
but we worked
All right.
out all the stuff, and it's perfect.
Cool.
It's perfect.
Nice, man. I
It's
like
the best.
I like you
Thank
on
you.
top of your job over there, man. I really like to hear that.
Yeah.
The-
So
I was leaving on golf real quick.
yeah.
The next major, which is the Open, which is
It's
open,
the Open. Yeah.
the place where it's at, the castle that's there, like they don't use it anymore, but it's the castle. It's the Greyjoys.
Oh, really?
What they
Oh,
use for
really?
Game of Thrones,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I was looking it up, kind of just researching what the Open was, and I read that. I was like, oh, shit.
That's pretty cool.
They should
That's
change the name
podcast
of it to the
material.
Iron Open.
So this is the one that
That'd be sick, right?
is this the one that plays like 10, 11 midnight our time, like 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
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 It's like the crazy hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna switch some gears now, and we're gonna throw.
Some
Let's
bang
talk
bang.
about Big Pappi. Yeah.
Bang,
some
bang.
Bang
Bang, bang.
bang. Bang bang. Yeah, man.
It's not too soon anymore.
It's some crazy shit, man. It's turning into some crazy shit, dude.
Right now, just publicly, the Dominican Republic is just in a bad spot. Because not only did this happen, but
All the
like
tourists?
9 Americans have already died over there.
Yeah,
Well,
different
I've seen
resorts.
Like weird
also-
shit.
Yeah.
I've seen also where Altuve was talking about Venezuela too, where they were, they've been kidnapping people and all this stuff over there, holding them for ransom. And Altuve is like, every morning I gotta wake up and make sure that my family over there is okay. But
That's
to me,
crazy,
I'm thinking,
man.
I'm like, dude, what? You're fucking rich as shit.
Bring them all
outta
over.
here.
Yeah.
But they
Get
can't.
out of there.
Yeah.
But you can't, because then you got to deal with the green card shit and
Yeah,
the-
But when you're
Citizenship
Altuve and, you
and
have
all
as
that.
I
much money as
guarantee you, I
Altuve,
guarantee
Yeah.
you, the
They can find a way.
Astros got lawyers that can fucking do
Yeah.
some shit.
yeah, put them on the fucking lawn maintenance and
I mean,
all
they got
that
a
shit.
woman beater for a closer right now. You're gonna tell me they can't get people out of shit?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But
I did read where Ortiz, he doesn't live down there anymore, but he does visit it, or he
Yeah,
did
a lot.
like 6 times a year.
Well, like I said, he was down there promoting a
Camp or something?
no. It was a kids camp that he was donating a bunch of stuff to for kids, and then he was also opening a cigar business down there.
Oh, okay.
And
That's who put the hit on him.
exactly
his
that's
rival
what-
cigarist.
yes, as soon as I heard that, I was like, dude, if you're gonna start a business and you're rich in one of those countries, you're gonna get fucking taxed.
Yeah.
I
Well-
don't care who you are. You're
Well,
gonna
now-
get taxed by any cartel that's there.
And now that they've come out and said he wasn't the prime suspect, makes me
they're full
think
of
there's
shit.
there's more going on.
But yeah, so now there's been 10 people arrested.
11.
11 people arrested, And
they're still looking for one more.
Yeah, supposedly the hit was for they paid like the equivalent to almost $8,000.
Yeah,
was the hit. That's cheap, dude, to get somebody.
Well, that's why it doesn't add up.
Yeah.
So if it was $7,800, it makes sense that Ortiz wasn't the prime suspect. It was the other dude that was friends with him.
For that, how do you miss
for that cheap?
I don't know,
no, I agree with you, but I'm saying it makes sense for that amount of money. Because if you're gonna pop someone like Ortiz, $7,800.
Well,
come on, I'm gonna need a little more.
What makes sense is why them motherfuckers crashed a bike and fell off and bullshit for $7-8 grand.
Yeah.
Because you paying a professional more than that. They ain't doing that. They ain't making no mistakes.
Well, and he was just a motorcycle taxi guy. He didn't know the dude on the back was supposedly. This is his story. 21. He said he's an Ortiz fan and that he wouldn't have done anything. He didn't know the guy was gonna commit a crime.
Just before we got off, I was listening to the radio and they were talking about they not misunderstood but wrong ID. And they're like, if you look at the fucking video, dude, you can tell a clear fucking difference between David Ortiz and this other dude. Yeah. The other dude's half his fucking size. And if you're David Ortiz,
saying that it's a different guy, right?
It's not the dude that was sitting across.
They said it was a dude sitting across from him.
No. The article, it's another dude that's like David Hernandez. It's not the TV anchor that was in front of him because he got shot too. But it's his other friend that supposedly I haven't seen him in the film. They didn't identify him.
They said they're kind of wearing the same thing, but either way,
you don't mistake Ortiz.
If you're Big Pappi from the DR and you go back home, who the fuck doesn't know you there?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't believe the story.
I mean, that's
so.
What I was saying is like the low amount of money.
Yeah,
makes sense why it could have been. Yeah, not Ortiz. Because I'm sorry if it's Ortiz and I know that's who the hit is on. Give me a little bit more money. I mean, I ain't doing the hit anyway. But if I was in that situation, at least $10,000. Ain't no $7,800.
So Aaron Ledesma says 21 Savage was deported. I think it's just hard to get citizenship. I don't know, man. I
don't know.
It's time consuming. It takes a while and it takes money, but to me it's not that hard if you want to get it done. Because I've got family that's done it,
When I've read, he knew for a while that he wasn't legal and that there are some things he could have
done.
Maybe
he just ain't savage enough. They sent his ass back to the UK.
Oh, no, yeah, he didn't give a fuck about it.
No.
Yeah, they said off with you. Go back to the UK.
No, but I think with people with money, and in that position,
they'll get it done.
They can work, not necessarily work around the law, but they'll work the law.
Oh, I'm sure
but they can work
the
around, like JJ said, Astro's got lawyers, especially for a dude that's brought you a ring and is the image he
heart
is.
And soul of your fucking team, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
that's crazy shit.
It's crazy, man.
Dude, there was also reports.
We ain't done here.
I can't remember the detail.
We ain't done about
no, I can't remember the detail, but that Big Pappi gave the mob dude's girlfriend, wife, like $85,000.
Well, he also bought her a car that was fucking real expensive.
So like, who the fuck does that? You just out of the kindness of your heart, you're buying her a car.
How good looking is she?
And $85,000. I haven't seen it.
That's the next question. If she's butt ass ugly, that's just a friend.
But everybody's setting that up, saying, okay, you're doing this shit to him. He finds out. Maybe there's an affair relationship, and then he says, you know what, you're dead.
Even if there isn't, it doesn't look good. It looks like there's one.
Yeah.
I don't think we're done with that story.
No, there's going to be a lot more coming out of that.
And I think that's why Boston got his ass to the United States as fast as they could.
Yep.
Because he could have, I don't know.
Yep. Take down the statue, motherfucker.
So, yeah. All right. That's enough of the Big Pappi. So you saw Manny Machado's thing, right? I'm pretty sure you didn't see it because you suck.
Fucking Manny Machado.
But
he struck out.
He got struck out. Call. Yeah. Well, he didn't agree with a couple of the calls. The first call that he kind of got mad at, I thought was a strike. Mm-hmm. The second one definitely wasn't a strike, but they called it a strike, and that's when he kind of got pissed off and got to the umpire's face. Anytime you walk behind the catcher and get in the umpire's face and they're talking, you're probably going to get tossed.
Especially when it's about balls and strikes. Because there's no leash if you're going to argue balls and strikes.
Yeah, so he got tossed, and then he just fucking flipped out and started talking shit to the umpire. Never made, to my...
Got very close.
To my eyesight and to my knowledge, he never made physical contact, which we're hearing the umpires say that it was different. You know,
yeah,
that
the
he did
umpires are
touch him
coming
or some
out,
shit.
and they came out with a big old article and how
Because he only got suspended for one game,
and they're like,
and he got fined. I didn't see the fine number. Though.
I didn't see it either.
He got fined something.
Yeah, they were mad for it was one game.
Yeah, they said it was a disgrace to baseball.
Yeah, and they were comparing it. We don't stand for workplace violence. I'm kind of just summarizing. We don't stand for workplace violence in the world, so we shouldn't tolerate it here in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
But there's nothing in that confrontation that says workplace violence. It says workplace disagreement, but nothing about violence. And it's just it was stupid, and I hate this word, but freaking retarded that the umpires came out and made a statement like this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
And I don't like Machado, so I ain't sticking up for his dumb ass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate him, but I don't
people
like him either because to me he seems like a real dirty player. But yeah, I don't agree with the umpires what they're talking about. They're fucking crazy, and they're gonna be replaced by robots.
There you go.
That's why we need a UBI, Brandon. Automation.
We're gonna have the story.
Automation.
We're gonna go down this path.
No, not right now. But yeah, man. So I don't know, dude. But see, that's the thing you like about games too is you can't get thrown out for arguing balls and strikes. You know what I mean? You
just
can't
control
argue,
yourself.
You can't argue
don't be
with
an
the
asshole.
robot. You can't argue with the robot. You know.
But don't be an asshole to begin with. Like
sometimes you have to be though, dude, because some of these, I mean, some calls are pretty bad.
I'm sorry, but baseball, there's just a good chance every team just has an asshole on their team.
Yeah.
There's just too many people in the
sure.
league that there's just a bunch of assholes.
Yep. And then on other baseball news, Edwin Encarnacion made his debut with the Yanks yesterday.
What a freaking steal of a trade for the Yankees.
Dude,
18-year-old prospect pitcher, though?
They said that the Astros and there was another team. I can't remember who the other team was, but the Astros and another team offered him more talent. But the Yankees got the trade done because the Yankees wanted to pick up some money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yankees can do it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the move.
It's crazy,
I like the move for New York, as from a baseball perspective, because that lineup is just, man.
Yeah.
Because Encarnacion, he's not just a guy that hits home runs.
He hits for average too.
He hits for average, but he also works the count. He's good at being disciplined, and that sometimes if it's a 6-pitch strikeout, that's just as effective as somebody getting a single because you're working that pitch and you're letting the other guys see his different pitches.
Yeah, he's the way he hits is going to rub off hopefully on Stanton and Judge, where they don't strike out as much as they usually do. Because that's what killed him last year.
I think some of the younger guys will see his plate discipline, the Torres, well, not Andahar because he's hurt, but Ursula.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other younger guys will see, his work ethic, and that makes that lineup just nasty.
Yeah.
And their pitching staff isn't great, but it's not horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I don't know. I like the Astros staff better, but at least the top two.
Who doesn't fucking like the Astros staff?
Yeah, I like y'all's
better.
top two better than their top two, but
y'all.
I don't know what to think about.
Hey, Brandon, can you look up the U.S. women's 13 goals against Thailand, like a highlight video? Yeah. So now, let's talk about this shit, dude.
Equality.
So yeah, equality in America. I guess they don't want women celebrating big wins,
or they want them to stop scoring, stop playing. When
Thailand, they needed a tie,
There's, but what's funny?
I got what you did there.
I wanted a tie.
I approve.
Oh shit! I can't believe I missed that.
That's probably because you're not listening.
Probably not. He heard women's soccer and started going to Apex.
Yeah. What do you think about that, dude? You think they should stop celebrating after a certain point? You can't, right? It's fucking pro sports,
well, okay,
man.
in the World Cup, no. Because this is like the Super Bowl for these soccer players, just like it is for the men.
And it's only every 4 years.
Every 4 years. It's not if it was a regular season game or a scrimmage and it was 13-0 and they're celebrating, okay, maybe then you can make it an issue. And even then, I don't think it's that big of an issue. You can talk about sportsmanship or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's the World Cup. These girls have been dreaming for this since they can probably walk. I mean,
I think if it was the men's, we wouldn't be hearing shit.
You think
It'd be the men's fucking.
I think we might be hearing more
so?
because
I think they'd just be celebrating a blowout from America.
We'd be hearing more about sportsmanship if it was the men. With the women, they just want to make it, they shouldn't celebrate as more, and they're not going to use the sportsmanship word.
That shit, it's bullshit anyways, man. They're playing at the top tier of their sport. they should be able to
that's
celebrate.
The first one. They celebrate.
That's my
the
girl.
first one, you know.
Sorry, I
I
mean
don't
to yell.
even have to move, dude. Look at that.
my
Brandon's
girl.
got to set up.
I'm gonna. You can see me. Okay.
That's number 2. I mean, I don't think
Oh,
we're gonna
that's
watch
a,
all. Let's
that's
watch
a
6.
horrible celebration.
Let's watch 6 of them. Yeah, that one's not. I mean, you're running around. Her arm was going the wrong way. First of all, come on, Alex Morgan, you got to be better than that.
Okay, so in the first 50 minutes, they scored 4 goals. In the next 50, they scored.
Dude, they were
9.
excited. Let them fucking be excited.
But even at that, like that was just some hugging. You know, what are they gonna do here? More hugging?
Well, and what are they supposed to do?
They need to be more
That's
like the
my
guys
girl.
and take their shirts off.
I mean,
Well, they will
it'd
when
be nice.
they will when they win the World Cup. But this is their first game. It's a tune-up. You know,
Yeah.
they've got to continue to play the game, to continue to work on their sets, continue to work on their plays, to get better for teams that are
Got a
obviously going to
little
be better than Thailand.
Piggyback right there. Boom.
Now,
Oh
is
my
it because they celebrated, or is it because they didn't lay
I think it's
lay
'cause
off
they-
the gas?
I think it's
It's
because they didn't
both.
lay up. Because
I
I
think
don't
it's
see,
both.
I don't see hardly celebrations
Well,
that
these
warrant
aren't
this.
these aren't really.
Yeah, these aren't.
Well, it might be
celebrations.
because
Well,
like
they're
they
not
were.
showing it that much though.
It might be
Like,
because they
it's-
were celebrating, their 12th and 11th, where it's
Oh,
like they
yeah.
should have been. Oh, okay.
They
let's
should have
just
been
go
like,
back.
hey,
Damn, my girl scored.
let's all go
4
sit
oh,
and
she
get the
scored
janitors
5
in here to
goals.
finish
Yeah,
the game.
5 goals.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alex Morgan, the smoke show.
I
Had
don't know what
5
you want in
goals.
this case, dude.
Set the record, or tied the record. I think she's so hot. Oh yeah.
Dude, that
She's
goalie was
counting them
tiny.
there. She's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't have an issue with it.
Neither do I. I think it's a bunch of fucking
What's up,
Pansies.
girl? What's up, girl?
Democrats
Dang,
that
both
Bunch
of
mad.
of
them.
pansies.
right, Brad. There's a bunch of Democrats mad about it.
Most
dude.
likely.
Fucking,
Most
they
likely.
all probably voted for Hillary and they're all pissed off. Still,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I don't know. They
That
shouldn't
one
have
girl
got.
from
They shouldn't have
Thailand
got no
didn't. She
shit
didn't
from
even
it,
look
dude.
Thai. She kind of looked American.
I don't think they
Hugging.
should have gotten shit from it.
I
No,
don't either.
me neither. Should have let them play, let them have fun.
But
If
maybe
they're
it's
up by
the
that
media-
much, so what?
Maybe it's the media giving them equality of bashing because we talked about how the men would have gotten talked,
Maybe
dogged a little
you
bit.
could be right.
But I don't know how. I don't know how it's bashing. If the team is the team you're playing against is that bad,
Publicity.
it's not their fault.
I'm not. I agree with you.
It's totally not their fault. And if they let their foot off the gas, then anything can happen. You're breaking momentum. You can actually lose. And then what are they? And then if they say, "Oh, we didn't mean to lose, but we kind of lost our momentum.
They
We
would've
lost
scored-
our energy."
They would have scored 7 goals. People could have said, "Oh, well, the U.S. team, they're too good. They should have scored more against a weak Thailand team."
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
whatever they're going to get.
There's a
Can't
problem
win,
either
man.
way.
You can't
So
win.
I mean,
Fuck
and
'em.
if you stop playing, and this goes really for any sport you play, if you half-ass it, the chance of you getting hurt is more likely than if you're just going full balls to the wall, trying to play, trying to win.
Well, they can't go balls to the wall.
well, maybe they.
Some of them can.
Yeah,
Maybe. Well, the Thailand team, maybe.
I'm sure there was
You know-
some balls somewhere in there, duct taped up. Mhm.
Yep.
Hangover too.
Yeah.
So
Bangkok got him.
the comment has a good question. I mean, not a good question, but it makes me think of a question. It says Thailand should have quit if they were that upset, which makes me think.
I don't
well,
think it was them that was upset.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
the
more-
backlash they're getting
it's
afterwards.
yeah, it's our media. Our
But-
media that's.
But
I saw like a Canadian soccer chick. She said that it was bad, and then some other soccer that used to be on the women's team. She probably got cut and's mad about that, and she said that they shouldn't be celebrating. But Alexi Lawless came out and said, "Hey, this is pro sports.
you know what?
You can't stop
It's fucking America. We do things big.
America."
When we go to war, we don't fucking threaten them and say, "Hey, you fuck with us, we're gonna go back and we're gonna
Shit,
fuck
dude,
with you
this-
just enough to get even,
Here
and then
we
we're gonna
go.
back off."
Here we go.
No, we come in and say, "Motherfucker, touch us, and we're gonna fuck your shit up."
We're
and
fucking
not only
going
that,
overboard.
not only that, but your fucking children's children are gonna fucking feel what happened.
Just ask Japan.
This is what fucking
I think
happens.
that's what he's talking about.
This is-
It sounds like it.
This is what fucking happens. This is what America does, right?
Let him know.
All right.
Let
So
them know.
We'll,
what the fuck?
We'll be
This is
sure to
America.
go ask the Iranians in about 10 years as well, because some shit might end up happening out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is America. This is what we do.
I ain't buying that.
But-
story.
America.
Maybe
You ain't
Fuck
buying
yeah.
maybe in soccer they need to implement a fucking they need to implement
Funniest, dumbest show
what is it
ever.
called, man?
Or movie
rule?
ever.
Like a
a
run rule. Yeah.
You get you pass a certain amount of time and you get
You can't-
5+ goals, you're like, that's
you
it.
can't do that in
We call it
sports,
quit.
though. You can't do that
call
in
it
pro
quits.
sports.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, it's professional sports.
Yeah.
Like, that is what these people do. Like, they like just you have to know that there's going to be times where you're going to get your ass handed to you.
Yeah.
And you can't expect somebody to come over rushing trying to lick your wounds and make you better. Like, no, that's just what you do. Like, you know, like Jeff that goes into the office and gets fucking creamed because he was late on a report and blah blah blah. Like. It's gonna
I thought
happen.
we were getting cream for something else. My bad. I was in a
You're
different
getting
place.
cream?
Jeff was getting cream.
was.
Yeah.
Well, see, my mind slipped and I was able to bring it
He
back
was with
in.
Jeff.
Wait
Yeah.
till after the show, you can get some cream.
My name's Jeff.
Um,
My name's Jeff. Y'all seen
stop,
that?
dude.
I
Stop.
thought it was
It's
like
so
Orgy
bad.
Friday or something. I was like, when is Jeff getting cream? What day was this? Was it Orgy
Oh.
Friday?
Yeah, dude. I don't agree with it, but
I
you
don't,
know,
man.
We're not giving them shit.
But
Y'all
that-
keep doing y'all shit. U.S. women, y'all are the only soccer team that matters in America.
Hell
and
The
yeah.
only ones that are good and
y'all,
you're hot.
y'all are the only team. Y'all are the only women's sport that has a gripe
shows
about
up.
equality. The only one because
Because
they're
they
more
can
popular.
back it up
Well,
performance-wise?
no, they're more popular. More people watch the women's soccer
I see.
team than the
Than the
men's
men's.
soccer team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been
And-
the case since the early 90s when y'all
Yeah.
were like babies.
Mia Hamm.
Yeah, and so you know they're really the only ones that even compare. You know, so they do have a gripe about not getting paid as much, but yeah. Plus they're all fucking. I mean, most of them are fucking smoke shows. Did you see Ertz's wife yet?
Alex Morgan? Huh?
No, Julie.
No,
Julie
I
Ertz?
heard. Yeah, I heard she was on the team.
Yeah, Google it right now.
Google it.
She's been on the team. She's hot.
I mean, did I say Google? I meant Oogle it.
But yeah. So what are you doing?
Fucking Daryl. Fucking Daryl.
My name's Jeff.
But yeah. All right, man. That's enough of that. Keep doing your shit.
Hey man, do it.
They won. They play tomorrow at 2:00 against.
They won their other game.
Russia.
Yeah, they
Like
won
3-0.
3-0. I think it's Russia.
Russia.
Old fucking, you know,
Communist.
yep,
Mm.
going back at it.
Are they gonna bring
Hey,
the red
Brandon,
hammer
dude,
to
I
him?
saw that. Have y'all seen that Chernobyl?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't watched
Yeah, I
it.
finished it last
Dude,
weekend.
it's really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, speaking of, well, never mind.
You can bring it up in a
I'll
little
save
bit.
it. Yeah, I'll save it for later.
It's not bad, but I mean,
You're
she
good.
know Alex Morgan.
Oh, but on an unrelated
she's not
note,
that
when you guys pulled up, did you see? It was so weird. There's like a guy riding around outside on a horse without a shirt. Did y'all see
No,
that at all?
I wish
No?
I would have seen that.
Man, y'all must have just missed it then. All right.
Sorry.
Anyway, moving on.
Damn it, let's go back outside.
Do our show.
Can
from
we
outside.
broadcast from outside?
Fucking shirtless
I
cowboy. I gotta
Take a
see
camera.
this.
Take
I
a
got
camera and
I
go.
got 2 wireless mics,
Right.
so somebody's just gonna have to be really close to the other one's chest.
JJ and Ernest.
Ernest, I'll
They'll
just put
share
it by my
one.
dick. and
Yeah,
it'll
you gotta
be
put it
fucking
between
right
your legs.
He's
I'll be
already
right on
right
it. They won't even hear you because it'll be in my mouth.
All
What do you
they're
What do you think, Ernest?
You fucking chewing on corn nuts again.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, you just kind of insulted yourself, but
anyways, yeah.
so they are the size of corn nuts.
So we have the first ever world champion from another country in American sports.
world
No,
champion from
in
another
basketball.
country.
The Blue Jays have won it.
Oh yeah, they have, right?
Yeah.
Apparently,
sorry,
hang on, we
fuck
got
that
a
up.
we got a texter coming.
so
Way
the
to
Raptors.
fuck that up.
What?
We got a texter
Oh,
coming
we got
in
a
on
texter.
the hotline.
This just in.
Celebrating is offensive in the NFL, and that is coming from your wife, sir.
In the NFL, we're
She
talking
said-
about soccer.
She said celebrating is offensive.
In the
Dude,
NFL,
celebrating
Why?
in the NFL is the greatest fucking thing that they let happen again.
And we're talking about the other football.
Yeah, we're talking about football.
Football,
the world-
soccer.
the
The
world
dumbest
knows it as
celebration is
football.
for first
Babe.
downs in football.
Go back and cook something.
That oh,
Oh,
We might have just lost a listener. Folks.
oh. Let's see. It goes from where we have the.
Goes from 4 to 3.
guys, we just lost all of our viewers.
Wow.
No, I think she's probably trying to make a comparison there somewhere
I don't
between celebrating in football is okay and the celebrating in soccer is not.
Well, then let's use the same excuse we tell people if you don't like them celebrating. Stop them.
Stop 'em.
Hey, Thailand,
Yeah.
stop them. But Thailand wasn't mad.
The
So, I
only
mean, you can't
one,
really,
you're right though. The only one that does piss me off is fucking first down celebrations. Like,
they get
come
up
on.
and they.
Well, no. Some of them are just stupid. They get two. It's like they scored a touchdown when they get a first down.
yeah,
The spin of the balls or the doing that. I get why they do it because some of them they're trying to get themselves pumped up or get that energy going, but some of them just they celebrate like it's a freaking they won a prize. Oh, shit.
She says, "Wait, I walked away. What did he say?"
I guess you're gonna have to hit rewind.
I said, baby, you made a good point there.
No, don't walk away.
No.
Oh.
I said, baby, you made a good point there.
Don't be lying.
The celebrating in football is okay, and the celebrating in soccer is not. I said that's a great point.
Yeah.
If that's the point you were trying to make.
Mm-hmm. Me and JJ are taking a fifth.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Y'all
Y'all
have to rewatch it.
don't make this a bigger issue because then I'll get hit. I don't want that.
Hey, she just has to hit rewind. That's all.
What did she say?
She just said I walked away. What did he say?
Okay.
He didn't say nothing, babe.
So, yeah, back to Toronto.
Yeah,
the Raptors.
Toronto, man. The Raptors, NBA champs, kind of.
No, they are. I mean, they beat
What do you
the
mean,
team.
kind of?
They beat the team that was in front of them.
They kind of-
It's not their fault that they get
It's
injured.
not their fault, but
If Klay Thompson doesn't get hurt, I think it's a
win that
different
game.
series. They win that game, and then who knows in Game 7? 'Cause
Exactly.
It's a Game 7. If KD is healthy with Thompson, it's obviously a runaway. But you know what? The Warriors,
you
first year.
you play who you play.
Yeah, and the Warriors, the first year they were. That's why everyone's saying, "Oh, it's karma with the Warriors," because the first year they won it. Every team they played, either their best player or their second best player was hurt and not playing. You know, and then they play the Cavs without Kevin Love. First game with Kyrie, and then he gets hurt. So, and everyone was saying, "Oh, the Warriors got lucky because they played everyone that was hurt."
You know what was funny was that Curry got a bunch of love, for still battling out there after Game 6 after he lost Klay, and it's like, dude, LeBron didn't get no love whenever Kyrie and fucking Love went down.
Well, there's also
that's because everybody hates LeBron, dude. That's just what it is.
Well, no, it's just because when you're in his level
and they're winning
everything
next year.
is nitpicked. Just like for the most part, Kevin Durant, everything is nitpicked.
Yeah,
because Steph Curry, I read on my buddy's Facebook page, who's a big LeBron fan. Like Curry was 0 for 9 in the finals with shots to either win the game or tie the game under 20 seconds in the finals. But you don't hear about that. If it was LeBron, that's all people would talk about the next week or two after, especially if LeBron's the one shooting at 3 like Steph was.
Yeah.
But LeBron just gets killed for letting Kyrie bring it up, hitting 3.
LeBron makes those.
Well, I mean, and Golden State lost 5 at home. So you got to give credit to the Raptors.
No,
man.
they lost all 3 in the finals too at home.
Yeah,
you
I'm
definitely
just
got to
saying.
give credit to the Raptors.
I mean, the Raptors went in, they did their thing, they had the confidence, and they played up.
If you're going to win a championship, you got to win on the road.
I
don't care if you got home court the whole way.
Oh,
you're going to have to win some on the road.
She said, "I'm going to celebrate after I whoop his ass."
I believe that.
That's
Dude,
offensive.
we need to get her on the show, man.
We need to get that fight on the show.
Guys, domestic abuse is not funny.
Yeah, we do not condone it unless it's against
That's
Ernest.
not domestic abuse when she's whooping his ass.
Is it abuse when it's her?
It goes
I mean,
both
if
ways.
we're
I mean,
for
yes,
equality.
it technically it is, but not in this case. Because it's her and you. So, but technically, yeah,
Sounds like-
I would still consider it
Sounds
abuse.
like I'll be running into the door later today.
Yes.
Just for anybody
and
asking.
maybe
falling down
falling
the
down the
stairs.
stairs.
You don't have.
Exactly.
He's going to be wearing some shades
That's
next
insensitive. I'm sorry.
He's-
I'm
yeah,
sorry, people.
that kinda is
Y'all have had to
wrong.
deal with that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm just joking.
week. To cover
Turtlenecks and long sleeves.
We're just joking.
Yeah, cover it up.
We joke.
But now the Raptors, they shut down who they were supposed to. No KD, you got to shut down Thompson and Curry, and they did that.
Well, they
Pretty
kind
dang
of did
good.
that. Clay fucking was going off.
Clay
in
was
game
good, but they
6,
shut
dude.
down Curry.
Yeah.
And Curry's the one. If he's going, I mean, the one game he had 47. and he
Well, we had
lost,
been
but-
talking about how Curry hasn't been playing that well, anyways, and the whole playoffs. You know, when KD went down, he had that one game where he went off, and then
It was the series, the one game against Houston,
yeah,
and then the series against Portland. He was the unanimous MVP that we saw a few years ago, just unstoppable.
yeah.
And he gets to the finals, and he wasn't making his threes like
He usually
he normally does.
Like
And that's
the
where
three at the end to win it. We're used to seeing him knock that shit down.
That's like people are like, oh, he should. My dad was like, oh, he should drove to the basket, and like, maybe get a better look.
Cousins was wide open,
But
right
that's
there
what
to go
Golden
to the
State's
basket.
done. And if he gets the ball a tad bit second, he's a wide open shot. There's no arm flying in front of him. So I mean, that's what Golden State's done to get here. You live by the sword, die by the sword.
They've always been like that. Live by the 3, die by the 3. Always.
And
but yeah,
that's where you give Toronto credit. Their guards, they played Curry well. The role players stepped up when they had to, and Kawhi was the man when he needed to.
Yep.
And that's what made this finals interesting, dude.
Yeah.
If it would have been Golden State running them,
But that's what it did.
I would have been like, I don't want to watch this.
It took KD getting knocked out and then Clay losing Clay in the sixth.
They missed Clay a game and a half, too. Because remember, he sat out game 3? Yeah, game 3, because that's when he went for 47. That's when Curry went for 47.
Yeah, because he got hurt with his hamstring, right?
Mm-hmm, game 2.
Yeah. So, dude, I mean, yeah.
When you have that much talent, dude, I mean, they have to.
But that's what's
you know what
crazy.
I mean?
That's how much it took, dude. It took losing 2 of your starters to fucking make it interesting, you know?
Yeah, and
that's what's crazy.
And I don't think their dynasty's done because I think these 2 guys are coming back.
Yeah, everything I've
Golden
seen
State.
for Clay, especially his dad.
Clay.
His dad came out and was like, I guarantee that he's coming back to Golden State.
What about KD?
So KD supposedly.
Well, I've heard he's going to come back.
Yeah.
Maybe sign like a 2-year deal.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing too. The one that might leave is Cousins.
Yeah.
Cousins might leave. But.
Well, and everyone keeps talking too. It's like, well, we're like just mainly regards to Clay and not KD. Let's say KD leaves, but they keep Clay. It's like, well, with Clay's injury, with rehab, blah blah blah, he could be back in April. You know, right before the playoff run.
Yeah.
But if you look at that Golden State team and they don't have Clay and they lose Cousins and they lose KD, and even though I'm not a fan of the Laker team right now because they've got a lot of wheeling and dealing to add around the new pieces there, you got them. You got a bunch of other teams that are poised that they can be better than what Golden State's going to be bringing back next year.
Yeah, let's talk
with
about
those 2
that.
guys being hurt.
LeBrow is going to the Lakers.
I think good trade for both teams.
It's going to be LeBrow.
LeBrow.
LeBrow in Hollywood. It's a good move.
Dude, I can't wait, man.
It's a fucking great move.
We knew it was bound to happen.
Yeah, you didn't. You were saying he was going to Boston.
Yeah.
No,
When I brought it up last week, he was like, "Nah, he ain't going to Lakers."
Yeah, tell him.
Yep.
No, I said Boston was still an
happened.
option.
I was like,
I didn't say he wasn't going to L.A.
Hey,
but yeah,
can we pull up that episode 31 and
32? No,
32?
33.
33?
What's this one? 34?
Hey, producer, are you
Bro,
fucking
we're
listening
fucking
over there?
running through 'em. No, man,
I'm fucking listening.
stuff
What?
down, man.
Stop writing in your fucking diary.
What?
Listen,
Dear diary.
dear diary,
E is a fucking prick.
Bitch.
dear
Oh,
diary.
Amen.
That's
He
a good
said
one.
something real insensitive. I don't know how I feel about that. Extra hugs to Chloe.
Extra-
Cleo.
Daryl got me fucked up on that Chloe. That's Daryl's fault, man.
It is Chloe.
I said
It's
Cleo. I said Cleo.
Oh, motherfucker. Dude, don't be doing that, man.
But yeah, so AD's going, and then, dude, I've heard that they're either pursuing Kyrie, but more than likely they're gonna pursue Kemba Walker more.
Yeah, money-wise, I think Kemba fits more.
Yeah, and he's even said that he's willing to take a pay cut.
Yeah, he said it. He said it to people like, "Oh, I'll take a pay cut to stay in Charlotte to help them."
Wink, wink.
But that was to get it out in the open. Hey, I'll take less to come play with you, LeBron.
Yeah.
That's the way I took it.
So when does Kawhi join him?
He goes to the Clippers.
But the Lakers could offer him a max deal because they still have. Well, they've got to trade a couple pieces and then they'll have enough money.
Kind of a max
to was 32 million.
They can't give him 32.
They can give somebody 32.
No, they
Isn't
won't.
32 a max?
No, they won't have that much money though. Cap
Yeah.
room. Because AD.
Dude, I saw it today.
No, because AD is gonna. Dude, I'm telling you,
You know,
AD.
man.
Dude, I've been seeing
That
it
I
all
know,
day
but
today.
I'm telling you what I've been reading and even listening to the dudes on ESPN. Anthony Davis
You
would have
can't-
to waive
dude,
his trade $4 million trade clause. He's not
ESPN
going to
is
do
like
that because
CNN.
that
You
gives
can't-
New Orleans more cap room also. So he's going to take that cap room. If they get rid of the 3 or 4 remaining players, then they might have about 30 million. They said they're going to have about 23, maybe 25 million to spend on a free agent, and that's where they could get Kemba, maybe even a Danny Green, Trevor Ariza, some of those older guys that fit what LeBron
But
likes
that'll
to do.
work either way because it's like, hey, you come in, we'll get you 23 for the first year, but you got a good look at a championship, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I think their best chance won't be next year because I think the money's not going to work for them this year. But I think the next year they're going to be able to get another piece, and I think they're going to be
Dude,
pretty nasty.
Dude, they're gonna
two
be
young
they're
guys,
gonna-
Yeah.
2 young guys, and Anthony Davis and whoever else they pair him with, and then obviously LeBron.
that's all
With
LeBron
Kuzma.
needs. That's what LeBron's been lacking, but that's what he needs now when he's on his.
So June
tail end.
17th. June 17th. So this assumes the Lakers renounce to their
Bullock.
veteran free agents, whom they will likely not be interested, as well as Jonathan Williams. Jeremiah Jones' not guaranteed salary will be waived. Finally, it allows the Lakers to retain the rights to Alex Caruso.
He's from A&M too.
Yeah, so he proved himself at least capable to be a backup point guard. Lakers would prefer to keep his old on the books until a new agreement. All in all, this leaves the Lakers with around $32 million in cap space. The salary cap is projected to come in at around $109 million, and the max salary for a player with between 7 and 9 years of experience would therefore wind up at around $32.7 million.
Yep.
So
you heard it first.
It just depends on what article
Davis
you read.
Davis is set to make $27.1 million next season. Even when you factor in his 15% trade kicker, that number only rises to around $31.16 million. Ball, Ingram, Hart, and the number 4 pick are the 4 salaried entities. Going back to the Pelicans in the trade, they combined to make up $24.9 mil, over $24.9 mil. That just barely meets 80% threshold necessary to make this trade even. So yeah, I don't know.
They're going to have between $23 and $30 million to spend.
Yeah,
roughly, if they can get rid of. Because I've heard they're trying to get rid of the other 3 people that actually have a contract with them. One was Mo Wagner, some dude they signed last year from Michigan.
Yeah,
and 2 other dudes. They think they're going to have to keep Bullock because they don't right now. They don't have any guards, and because of his cap hold.
Well, they still have Rondo, right?
No, he's a free agent.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. A lot of those guys they just signed for 1 year.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Looking at the way the NBA landscape is playing out right now, I would not put it past the Lakers to win the NBA championship next year.
I wouldn't either. I don't think it's going to happen.
Because Golden State, all the Golden State injuries, they're out. Kawhi's leaving Toronto. They're not going to be in it anymore.
And the East is really wide open. I mean, you got Milwaukee, but they're losing one of their good players, their shooters, probably their center and Brook Lopez. So they're going to be, they still got the Greek Freak.
And then the fucking Houston's falling apart. You know, Chris Paul's pulling the you can't fire me. I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be mad at Harden too. He burned my house down, man. I mean, burned my kitchen down.
They already told. There were reports that Harden had went to the staff and said it's him or me.
Yeah,
that's his bottom line.
I didn't hear that, but I saw a headline where it said like the issue between the two is irreconcilable, whatever that word is. I'm trying to say it. So.
But yeah, so
I mean, it's all good for LeBron.
But they were saying they might be in the running for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, the
Rockets, but they have to trade Chris Paul first, which is going to be hard, you know, because who wants a 34-year-old point guard that's injury prone?
The Lakers, but they don't have anybody to give up.
Yeah,
because another name that I think is probably going to play with them this year is Carmelo.
Oh,
because he'll sign that cheap contract and it gives him a body, you know, and he'll play with LeBron. I mean, LeBron will make him a stud. Not just that, but he'll make him
he's just
not bow down, but he'll make him kind of see the bigger picture and see his role. I think because Melo kind of, even though they came in at the same time and they're maybe a year apart, I think he respects LeBron and gets, you know, hey, I just got to be a spot-up shooter, and LeBron, because LeBron's best bet, I think, is what you said, is to be that guy where he's just a facilitator.
Yep.
And you don't have to be the guy that scores.
That's what makes him
Will
dangerous.
he want to be that guy, though? That's the thing.
I think he can sit back and be that guy that gets everybody else involved, because ultimately you're looking for the win. And his where he's at now, his status now I think is more of that. It's more of, let me get my championships, let me get my wins, you know, let me go out in my career on a good note, on a bang. And that is like being able to put LeBron in that situation is dangerous, to have him be able to be easy and get everyone involved, and then you make it to the playoffs, and then LeBron comes on. You know, then he can start making his push. Then he can, you know what I mean? Because at any time, you've always been able to see LeBron. He can turn it on whenever. Whenever he needs to put the team on his back, he does it. And he'll put up the points he needs, you know? And that's what LeBron, that's what everybody's like, fuck, that's LeBron. But could you imagine if he didn't have to do that game after game, and he could actually let other people just play and sit back and be like, hey, man, I'm here when you need it, and when you don't, you know, I'm the big brother that helps everybody.
I don't think he'd ever play that way, though. He's too good. He doesn't – I don't know. I don't see him ever playing that way.
Maybe. But I think I only see it as a really,
This
really
is
good
either
thing,
going
man.
to, it can either redefine the Laker organization or really cripple them from years to come, just from everything they gave up to get Anthony Davis. And, the rest of the guys they're going to fill around him are, older vets. I think I read, too, the guys they have, they're going to try and trade them for second-round picks. That's what it's for, so they can get some cheap dudes on, like, $840-something or whatever, $800,000 contracts.
Yeah, they're basically
and then spend money.
To me, it's basically going to look like what the Heat look like.
Yeah.
So you can find
That's
those guys,
if they can get Kemba or Kyrie.
Kyrie.
That's
But if
gonna
they
be
get-
good. If they have to fill the other spots, like let's just say they end up having $31 million, they got to spend that around and just get a few role players, but they don't get that big number 3, the Kemba or that point guard, but they get Danny Green and some other role players. I think they're still going to be good. I don't think it'll be enough to win it, but next year it's also open, so
that's why I think it still would be enough to win it. But having that third guy would pretty much
Solidify
lock it up
it.
for
It
me.
would,
Yeah.
I
But yeah,
don't
so
know,
Chris Paul wants out of H-Town.
I like what New Orleans got back.
New Orleans is going to be they're going to be a fun team to watch. I don't expect them to compete very
They could
much,
be
but
better than Golden State next year. Because already their backcourt's the best defensive backcourt in basketball with Drew Holiday and Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
They got, obviously, they're going to get Zion, young Brandon Ingram. They got
the
talent
fourth
to make
round
some
pick,
noise.
the fourth pick too.
yeah.
So
And they could either trade that for a veteran or the mock I saw was them pick up Jared Culver
yep.
from Texas Tech. And that would be perfect to slide in that shooting guard or backup shooting guard behind Holiday.
Yep.
Let him learn.
Yeah, so
Young nucleus
from
there.
seeing that core, they're going to be a fun team to watch, especially with Zion. It'll be fun to watch what that dude can
Lonzo throwing alley-oops to Zion.
Yeah, but dude, what's interesting too is what I've been hearing is that the best Texas team is going to be the Dallas Mavericks next year,
A good chance.
which is fucking crazy.
Especially if they get 2 of the names we saw. Because I just read before the show, Al Horford is a favorite to go to the Mavericks. You get him, let's say they get Jimmy Butler because they got money. Well, now you got Luka, Porzingis, Horford, and Jimmy Butler to build around.
That's pretty fucking nasty, dude.
Yeah. In a loaded West.
You know what I'm talking about? You're
I
fucking
hear you,
dazing
man.
out, dude. We need to change the subject because he's going to fall asleep.
Yeah, you lost me.
What about
I was thinking, what color Lakers jersey do I want? Purple or yellow? I was like
Hey, so
mentally projecting them
Dude,
on me.
I ran into this on Twitter. So this dude, one of the guys is a huge MJ fan, and his Twitter name is greatest of all time, right? So he puts all stars played with: LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Mo Williams, Zadrunas Sagaskis, right? And then Michael Jordan, the only All Star he played with is Scottie Pippen, right? So then the Twitter handle that loves LeBron, that has him as the greatest, lists his own list, and it says all NBA teammates, right? So LeBron, all NBA, Wade in 2011, Wade in 2012, Wade in 2013, and Irving in 2015, right? LeBron, all defense, who he's played with that was all defense, is Varejao 2011.
Dang, Varejao was all defense.
It's crazy, right? That's
Yeah, I knew he was like pesky and all that. I knew it was that good.
So now Jordan, the all NBA players he's played with is Pippen 92, Pippen 93, Pippen 95, Pippen 96, Pippen 97, Pippen 98, right? And then the all defensive players that Jordan played with is Pippen 92, Pippen 93, Grant 93, Pippen 95, Pippen 96, Rodman 96, Pippen 97, Pippen 98.
And that very easily could have been Wade for LeBron if he would have stayed with Miami. Just saying.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He would have stayed. Well, I mean,
he wasn't all NBA's
just like it was Pippen.
the whole time that he was with Miami.
Who?
Obviously, Wade.
Well, I bet. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, well, okay, I get what I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead and keep going.
Oh, that's it. That's
a
crazy.
good point, man.
Jordan played with the same guy, but he was all NBA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons in a row. And then all defensive players with LeBron only played with one, Jordan played with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, he played with 4 if you're going to get technical.
Well, players, but I'm talking about years. Yeah. You know.
Well, I mean, but I don't understand the argument. What's he trying to prove?
Well, he's just going on the rebuttal of the All-Stars played, you know. You're comparing LeBron to Jordan with how many All-Stars he's played with, but the All-NBA is more relevant to me than an All-Star voting.
Okay.
Right?
Well, the voting, yeah, but still players get chosen by the coaches that don't get voted, so some of it's not all just hogwash.
Yeah, but I'm talking.
No, I get what you're saying on that. I don't think the argument is to compare. If you're going to argue MJ or LeBron on that, I don't think that argument really stands water against anything. I don't think it proves anything.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So if the Lakers get this recipe fucking right,
They've
and they
already
win,
got it
they
right.
win the next. They get on a little dynasty run, and he wins another 3. Is he the greatest? Does he, in your eyes, does he overtake MJ now that he got
championships
the
have
6
nothing
championships?
to do with it.
Well, I know that, but a lot
if you're talking about just straight the best basketball player, he already is to me.
I agree, but I'm talking to everybody who feels like he doesn't have 6 rings.
No,
he
the
don't
thing,
got
the
the
thing
rings.
that they'll always bring up is, oh, you had to do it. You had to go this many times. You had to go this many times.
Shaq
to
thinks
win.
Jordan's the best. Just saying.
Yeah, Shaq's fucking retarded though. The air is really thin up where Shaq lives his life.
Yep.
You know how tall he is, so his brain doesn't get as much air as regular people.
Okay.
So what? I gotta take Shaq's word. He's almighty.
No.
That had nothing to do
The
with
dude
that.
couldn't fucking
I'm
shoot
saying,
free throws. What the fuck does he know about basketball?
well, look at Tim Duncan. They call him the big fundamental, and that dude couldn't shoot free throws.
Hey man, I can't shoot free throws, but I think LeBron's the best. So take my fucking word for it.
Yeah,
Well, I am going to take an all-NBA center over your word when it comes to who he thinks
all
is the best
NBA doesn't
basketball.
matter, dude. You just said that.
No, I'm going off what you said.
No, you said
Okay,
that.
Hall of Fame center and Shaq. I'm going to take his word over who he thinks is better over Ernest's.
Yeah.
But they're all just opinions, so it really doesn't
They
matter.
are, and they're different times. If Jordan was playing now, he'd be making a part of a super team like everybody else. It's just a different time back then.
Well, his mindset's different, so I don't know if he'd be doing the super team. The mindset's different.
So
Maybe
Jordan
if he-
just wanted to do it all by himself.
He wanted to stay on his team and compete. Yeah, most of the great players back then did. They weren't. There were a few, but they weren't jumping teams to go get rings like they are
it
now.
wasn't about.
It was a different
It
time,
wasn't
man.
about that. Yeah.
We can't speculate on what they could have decided in that time. It was different time and different mentality. Now that's not the thing. That's not how they play now. So
Oh yeah, they are
They're
more
all-
about
they're-
Instagram likes and popularity and
they're
social media.
they're
and
doing what everyone
LeBron
else is
wants to
doing.
be that global icon. That's all he's worried about.
He already is a global icon.
Yep.
Well, more of one though. That's been his goal.
Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Huh?
Just putting young minds to college and whatnot in schools, man. How many people did Jordan send to college?
A lot of strippers, and
Mhm.
he donated a lot of money to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It's because he had a school doesn't mean they're all
Mhm.
going to college.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And I'm not dogging what LeBron did because it's more than most athletes do with their money,
Yeah.
including
all right,
JJ
man.
Watt.
Ooh.
No, JJ
That
Watt
was for
does
Brandon.
a lot of
That was for Brandon.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker!
You might as well
The
hit it
king
again
is
because I'm
back.
going to keep talking over it.
All right, dude.
Shots.
Let's get back into it. He's mad, dude, because I was talking about MJ.
Who's mad?
What are we getting into?
So, it's Gay Pride Month, right?
Gay Pride.
Yeah.
Still.
I think so.
Hey,
yeah.
when is Straight Pride Month? Do I get a
Hold
month to
on.
celebrate being
Shut
straight?
up.
we
So-
get 11 months of that.
Nobody ever
so
told
it's
me
Gay
that.
Pride. So it's Gay Pride Month, right? And they just had Daryl had brought up, in one of the I can't remember what show it was, but he had brought it up that Boston was having a Gay Pride week or Pride night, and then they had a huge parade in Boston. Right?
Texas won that night over Boston.
So
by the way.
so then well Boston didn't want to win on gay night. Y'all did. To not show support.
We just beat y'all sorry ass Red Sox. That's all.
Whatever. We won 2.
I know it's 2-2. Go ahead. Go ahead, Gay
so,
Pride.
So now in August, a few guys have set up a straight pride rally. Or a straight pride parade
Okay.
is what they're doing.
In
Okay.
Boston?
Yeah, in Boston.
Okay. I bet that's getting some backlash.
It's getting a lot of backlash, man. And it seems to me from the videos that I've been watching and stuff is the gays don't really like it too much, man. do you think that they have a good reason not to support? You know, because I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of straight people that go out there and support, you know, gay pride and, you know, parades and stuff like that. But as for gays, I don't think, from what I've been seeing and reading and watching, I don't think there are a lot of gay people that would support a straight pride rally.
No, they'll go out and protest. They won't be supporting it.
Yeah.
I'd see more of a protest than that.
Yeah.
Which is going to cause fights.
Yeah. What do you think, E?
What was the question again?
So anyway,
Why? What are you
That
watching?
there's a problem with the straight people throwing a straight people rally.
do you think
There was
okay,
a problem
look,
with the straight people throwing the straight people rally.
Yeah.
Do you think because there's gay pride parades,
Yeah.
and that straight people go out and support them?
Yeah.
With this straight pride or straight parade, whatever, do you think there's going to be as many, if any, gay people supporting that pride or that parade, like if it was switched? Does that make any more sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it probably made sense the first time he said it. He just
I
didn't
think
hear
there will be. I think there will be a lot of people that are, I don't know.
it. He's going.
I don't want to say gay, man, but you know,
Why
that
don't you
are-
want to say gay? That's what you're. That's what they.
Well, I don't know if
they-
that's what
Call
they
them queer.
that I don't know
It's
if
in the
that's what they,
LGBTQT.
what they like. But a lot of them are open-minded. I feel
There's some are that are
that are
yeah.
open-minded, and they know that they want rights and they want to be treated as equal, and they're gonna know, you know, how can we want to be treated as equal and demand being equality, and then we go and bash what they're doing.
Ain't
know
no
what I mean?
straight guys going to a parade. Maybe, I don't know, man. It depends
You
on
get
if
'em
you're
drunk.
proud. It depends on if you're proud or
If
not.
there's free beer there, they'll be there.
So you think that there will be gay
I think
people
there will
going
be.
out
Sure.
to support?
Sure.
Yeah. See, what I've been seeing and reading is the opposite, dude. I've been seeing the opposite, where the
You've
the
been seeing
gays
straight bashing.
the gays are like, you know what? Y'all have 11 months out of the year. We get 1 month and we can't celebrate it. Now y'all want to celebrate it. You know?
I don't recall getting 1 month of straight Pride Month. No one's ever brought it to my attention and said, hey, this is straight.
Well, you get it.
I don't remember ever
Pride
celebrating that, hey, men like women and women like men. When do we ever
see,
celebrate
one
that?
of-
What's the point of, I mean, I don't,
One of the things
it's like they're
that I
throwing
saw-
their sexuality and want everybody to recognize it, but they don't want to be judged for it.
Yeah, one of the things that I saw is one of the people that I was
Not
that I was
judged for it,
listening
that's the
to
wrong word.
is she was saying that straight people have never had to come out, you know, to the public about being straight, and I'm like, well, what for
True,
what?
but yeah.
Why do gay people have the feeling that they need to come out and tell everybody who they're sleeping with? That's one thing I've never gotten, and
That's kind of what I was.
and
I
I've
didn't mean to
never
say judge,
I've never really talked to anybody about it, but it's like, you know, why I don't feel the need to go out and tell everybody, hey, I like girls, you know?
Mhm.
Why would you feel the need to do that if you're into, you know, the same sex? But I don't know, dude. It's just weird, you know? But like you know, the videos that I've been watching is people they're condemning it, and they're like, oh, you shouldn't show your pride for that, you know, y'all have always been, you know, accepted and stuff like that.
But they're
it's
always
like,
talking about be proud of who you are, except if you're straight and
Well,
you can't be proud of that.
yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
And they're all about love and acceptance and all this stuff, but once you do this, you know, they're like,
Yeah, they're not accepting of our way,
yeah.
our way of living. Guess it
It's
doesn't
so-
seem that way.
It's
Yeah,
just
but
weird, man.
It's not all of them. Y'all are kind of generalizing.
No,
it's
we
not
are.
all of them.
We
So
are, but
just like you're gonna have straight people that will support gays and go out, and then you're gonna have straight that are very closed-minded and being like, "Fuck them, that's an abomination. It's not right in the Bible."
and,
You're gonna have the same thing with gay people. You're
And
gonna have
I-
some that are understanding and some that are like, "Fuck that. They shouldn't have nothing. They're only doing it because we do it."
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have
Well,
that.
that's why I don't think many would go out and support it, because I think they would be smart enough. I'm giving a lot of credit here. I think they'd be smart enough to see this as people just mocking them. You know,
Yeah.
in a way. I mean,
It could
yeah,
be.
they're trying. Maybe they're. Oh, I want to show my straight pride. No, you're mocking. I mean, that's really all it is. You know, because we don't need. I say we because I'm a straight person, obviously. You don't need to show. I mean, who cares
Maybe.
who I'm? Shut up! Don't even.
I
play it.
care, Daryl.
yeah, who are you sleeping with,
Who?
man?
I
That's
wanna
the
know.
thing, man.
I care.
Well, sometimes Rosie comes over, but
Rosie?
keep that on the down low. Try not to let too many people know about it.
Is that what you call your right hand?
It's
Mm-hmm.
left hand.
Oh, my bad. Oh, you're
He's a lefty.
I'm a
lefty.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It's like fielding, right hand throwing baseball and bat left handed. I'm a rare commodity.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. But I saw that and I was like, it'd be cool to bring it up on the.
Y'all want a parade? LOL. Who cares? Let them have a parade.
God, we have parades for fucking everything.
I don't care that they have a parade. I don't. It doesn't bother me, even if whether I believe it or don't believe in it.
Yeah,
I'm not against any person who is gay.
Yeah.
I may disagree with it, but whatever. There's, people who probably don't like some things I do.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to condemn them. If they want to have a parade, that's fine. Just don't throw the shit in my face and tell me I have to bow down to it and act a certain way to them or whatever.
Well,
I say them, it sounds like
I don't think they say you got to act a certain way. I think they just
push it all in your face, and if you don't bow down to them.
I don't think they want you to bow. I think they just want equal rights. Like, hey, if you're straight and can go in this store, I want to be able to go in there because I'm gay.
Yeah, but
what store can you not go into because you're gay?
I just said store,
I know,
but I'm
probably
sure
wasn't
they're
a good example.
because I'm not gay. I don't know how they're not.
Well, they might
treated,
not.
So I can't give you a good example.
If two people are gay and obviously they can't get married.
If they're making out in front of you, they're throwing it in your
They
face.
can get married everywhere.
They don't
now,
get
right?
certain. No, I don't think they can everywhere.
Is that right? They can get married everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Right?
federal. Yeah.
Yeah,
is it?
federal
Okay.
law. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Do they all have the
now,
same?
however, how do you feel about being forced to bake a cake for somebody who lives a life you don't disagree with?
I personally
Should the
wouldn't
government
care.
be able to force you to do it, though?
No,
That
they
goes into
shouldn't.
almost like
My opinion.
man. That shit's so weird, dude. Because
What happened to that? We refuse the right to service to anybody. What happened to that?
I mean,
that's what that is.
You can.
It all
you'll
comes
get fined
down.
6 figures.
It all comes down to like what private companies are able to do. Kind of like the Facebook thing where should you be able to censor people's speech if you don't like what they're saying? If fucking Mark Zuckerberg doesn't like what we're saying, can he come over here and shut us down? Or shut us off
the
of
way
Facebook.
his Facebook is set up.
Yeah,
technically, yes, he can.
So so that's how a private company should be run. If you don't want to cook, say you're a Catholic or Christian baking company, and Fernando comes over and is like, hey, me and my boyfriend are getting married, do you can you
Hold up.
cook us a cake?
Hold up. How many Mexican homosexual gay couples have you ever seen, guys?
There are a lot.
To me, I've never seen any Hispanics.
No.
Not saying they're not there. It doesn't.
No, I've seen a few. I've got a couple cousins.
That's why Fernando didn't seem like a good name for your story, but go
Well,
ahead.
yeah, I don't know what other names to throw out there. I could have said Daryl, but, then
Well,
too
that
late.
could-
I started
that
thinking
that could have been guy or girl. So anyway.
The
I
guy
know,
or
I know some
girl
Daryls
for
and Travises out
Yeah,
there.
Daryl
No
Hannah.
way.
Daryl Hannah.
That's
She's
the
an
only
actress.
one, probably. Only
Yeah.
one.
And she may
Even
used to
Brandon.
have a ding-a-ling.
No. It sucks too. She's one of the only.
This month
her name
she's,
is actually
this
Look at the
month-
hands.
the same way
Look
as
at the
mine,
hands.
Yeah, man, I don't know, dude. It's kind
Too.
of
She was a mermaid.
It's kind of weird. But I don't think you should be forced to cook a cake.
No,
for
I
somebody.
don't think you should either.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have just went on to another
Baking
bakery and
Yeah.
put it out in the community. Hey, these people don't, so
Exactly.
let capitalist
Yeah.
Society kind of take care
Yep.
of the problem.
What the
But
thing
unless
is,
you
too,
wanna
is
make
it
a
could work
scene
against
and-
you. It could work against you because then other Christians or Catholics or whoever could have been like, "Oh, these people, they're
Yeah, but then
they're
think about
honest to
the-
their shit. We're gonna go buy some cakes from them."
Well, and then think about the market that would open for a gay bakery.
A gay baker,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
we
mean,
fucking
it's-
welcome everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's you think
Yeah.
it's bad and all that, but I mean, the whole thing with that couple, I mean, it's happened several, but they went to like 6 or 7 bakeries trying to get somebody to say no.
Yeah.
Like they went fishing
I'm
for
not
it.
fucking bake your
Just
own
to
cake,
create
dude.
a- just to
Fucking
create a
YouTube.
Yeah,
story.
just create a story, create some
YouTube
hype.
fucking has tutorials on everything.
Yeah, or
So-
just go to another bakery.
Yeah, easy.
Go to
Yeah.
another
HEB
bakery.
don't fucking turn nobody
Hell
down.
no, they
Never.
Just
don't.
like if you don't like what's on TV, change the station
Or the channel.
or the channel or the station.
Well,
Whatever.
because
Some-
station,
some
you've only
people-
got 2 other
Hey,
ones. to
some
choose
people
from.
might still have them big ass TVs where you gotta turn the knob. Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not, but still,
So
you wouldn't know nothing about that.
I don't know. It's crazy, dude. The fucking That's so weird. Did you see that they're demonetizing fucking Steven Crowder? That's crazy, right?
They're doing what?
They're demonetizing him on YouTube.
What does that mean?
Like, he can't make money on YouTube anymore.
I didn't even know who that was.
Yeah.
Why? Because of his material?
Yeah. Supposedly hates
Hey,
everybody.
by the way, I put the Joe Rogan, Alex Jones podcast on Facebook, and I've stayed on there and never been on Facebook jail.
Yeah, I saw that. That's weird. Maybe it's because you don't have enough followers.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Or I mean, it could have not
I
been
keep
true,
making-
or
I-
it may have only could have been true at that time.
I
and
keep
they were like,
testing
"Oh
it.
fuck, they're on to us."
Yeah.
I keep
I
testing
mean,
it, just
it's-
putting I
there's a
love Alex
whole-
Jones.
Well, they always change it because like the YouTube thing with Steven Crowder, he got at first they weren't gonna do anything to him, and then yesterday or the day before is when they decided they were gonna demonetize him. So it's like, you know, why?
So what does he talk about?
You'd have to watch it, dude. I don't
Who,
want to.
Steven Crowder? Steven Crowder?
Is that who you're
Is
talking
that
about?
what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a political comedian.
Yeah.
He's not like just your regular like talking head that he
Like he talks about real shit, and then he's talking. You can tell whenever he's talking and being funny, you know. And most of the shit that the dude is trying to get him for is when he's being funny.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, if you're gonna
Taking everything he says.
But here, let me ask you
But
something.
the thing
If somebody refers to themselves as a queer Latino, and if the person repeatedly refers to himself as that, and then you say, and then in your rant saying, oh, talking about the guy's politics, his political views, oh yeah, and blah blah blah, and he thinks socialism, blah blah blah, this let's be Latino queer, all terms that he calls himself, is that? I mean, is that bad?
I don't
know.
think so.
But-
You're using his own words.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
'Cause,
why don't
dude,
you
it's
why don't you go
different
call a
because-
black person the
Yeah.
N word?
Okay.
Because
see,
that's
they-
what I'm saying.
that
Like,
makes-
like,
Yeah.
like you,
Okay,
you
that-
can use
I
that
get that
argument.
point. I
You
get
can
that
use that
point.
argument for certain things, but I don't know, dude, because it comes slippery when it becomes
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
once you know, you got friends that are nigga this and nigga that, and then you go try to call a black guy a nigga, and then
Yeah.
Well, that's where
Some-
you just got to
some-
be
some might
smart,
be-
man.
some
If you
might
got
be
some
cool
black,
about it.
if you got some black friends that don't care, try it out on them. Don't go up to some
try
random.
it out on.
Well, no, I mean
but
not try it out. I mean like talk to them about it.
But
Like, what if I
your
just
your
slipped
black
and-
friend is gonna be cool about it.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
You
saying.
know,
Don't go say it to
that-
some
the
dude
stupid
down the
random
street
stranger.
isn't-
Yeah,
Like that black dude you saw at the store. You ain't gonna say nothing to him.
Fuck no, I'm not.
You're gonna say, "Can I get your gas?"
But see, I mean,
Hey, let me
I
buy
don't
them
know,
chips
dude.
for you, bro.
But whenever he's saying that stuff, he's saying it to be funny though. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not to be like, it's not like a super personal attack.
Not at all.
He's just saying it to be funny. Like he's never calling them like the FAGGOT. He's never calling them that or anything like that. I don't know, dude. It's just weird. But
I mean,
then it
it
all
is-
comes down to like hate speech. Like, does hate speech fucking is it real? Do you think it's real?
To hate speech,
Hate speech.
just to hatefully talk about somebody.
No,
Not
talking
that.
about?
Like, do you think people should be held accountable and like be able to have legal charges pressed against them for using hate speech or offensive language?
No.
I don't think for offensive language or for stating your opinion, but I think if you're trying to incite harm.
Well,
or
yeah, that's
something,
already not legal.
then-
You can't
then,
call
yeah.
harm on the people.
That's already.
I mean, it depends because you can talk shit about somebody and be like,
Made me
"Dude,
think
this
of
is
a
my
Law and
opinion.
Order
This is how
episode.
this is how what I feel about
okay,
you."
but it's already not legal to say, "Hey, everybody, go fucking kill this guy."
Yeah.
You can't already do that.
But-
So
But
any other language is fine, right? Like I don't agree with Nazis, and they're always fucking talking about killing black people, killing brown people, killing whoever the fuck. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, they shouldn't be talking like that." That's their fucking shit, So what? Don't fucking listen to it.
Change the station.
You know what I mean? Yeah, change the station. But I don't know, dude. But a lot of people are like, but then so if people are wanting to prosecute people on hate speech and shit like that, then you're gonna get who's gonna decide what is hate speech?
Because you're gonna start
Where
taking
the
everybody
fuck do you draw
literal.
the line?
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line? Like this dude, this fucking Carlos Massa guy, he was talking about fucking, he's been telling people, hey,
to milkshake people.
yeah, to go throw milkshakes on people,
Which is battery.
which is, it's causing harm.
Mhm.
You might not get fucking seriously injured,
No.
but,
I guarantee you, somebody throws a
something could
milkshake
happen.
on
Yeah,
me,
I mean,
they're
you
getting
could
serious.
possibly
Exactly.
incite a riot.
So
Yeah.
that dude actually is calling for violence, and Crowder's not. But this dude's not being doxxed and or not being censored, and Steven Crowder is. What the
And
fuck?
demonetized is the big thing because this is how these people
But,
make their money.
YouTube is pretty left. Facebook is pretty left. Twitter's pretty left. They're gonna side with their guy, not the conservative. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's like in Canada. In Canada, you can have charges pressed against you if you don't use the right pronouns.
Same thing in the UK.
Yeah. So if a guy say you have a guy with long hair and she walks up or he walks up to you and you like, hey
Say,
sir.
hey, ma'am.
No, you say, hey sir.
Oh.
And she's like, I'm not a sir, I'm a man. And she could push charges against you for that. Do you think that's
Bring up
okay?
That video.
No.
No, I'm a
Right?
ma'am. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The one
Oh,
about
shit.
GameStop?
Yeah,
the one in
with
GameStop?
the transgender dude.
Yeah, but it's a girl. Well, yeah,
Watch the video, but
yeah,
I'm a ma'am.
yeah.
I'm a ma'am. I'm sorry.
But it's like it's
Yeah.
it's a dude, but it's a girl.
It's
Yeah.
born a male.
and he
Yeah.
Turning
and the
into a
dude
female,
just
yeah.
the guy behind it messed up. And I think he said sir or something.
Yeah, and
But
dude,
if you
he
look at him,
fucking kicked- he
he
fucking
looks
kicked-
like a dude. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Don't
You're
hit.
not gonna not look. Well, I mean, yeah.
Well,
you
but look
can.
at her though. I mean,
Because there are some guys that are turning into girls that you would not fucking know.
Traps,
And I've got
what they
a
call
few
those.
friends that are
well,
like
but
that.
he
man.
ain't that close, or she,
No,
whatever.
yeah, I've
that
seen him.
person
I've
wasn't
seen him.
to where even if just a glance you can mistake it.
Or I've seen her, yeah.
Um,
But so you don't think it should be like that, right?
No.
You?
I won't
You
live
don't
in the
think so
UK
either,
or
right?
Canada for that reason. Because I get arrested.
Well, supposedly they have better laws in healthcare.
Well,
and,
then what
they got free
Shit
health
like
care.
that.
but
Why do you think they come here for surgery?
Exactly.
what are you supposed to say to a person who's transgender or intersex in those places?
hey, how you doing?
Yeah, don't worry about saying no. He,
How
she.
you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, man, it's just so difficult, dude.
Call it it.
No, don't even
It's
just
so
say hey.
difficult.
Hello.
It's weird shit, man.
How's it going? Don't even say anything like that unless they tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if they tell you, why are they telling you? Like it
Because they want you to know what gender
I don't
they,
want you to get fined.
But still, dude,
I just
still
came.
shit
I
it-
just came here so I didn't get
it-
fined.
I mean, I would use it. I would use whatever you
Shout
want
out
me to
my
use.
brothers.
But I'm not gonna fucking sit there and have people make me use that kind of make me call her a boy if I didn't want to.
Well, that's why you don't live there. Change the channel.
I know, but the shit could change, dude. That's the kind of shit that we're
Well,
like leaning towards.
Then when it happens here, you go back. You go to
Going back
Mexico.
fucking Mexico,
Yep.
man.
What,
where there's
what do
no
you-
laws. It's the wild, wild west.
Yep.
What do y'all feel about slavery reparations?
No.
Silence. Hit that cricket button over
Dude,
there.
We're
don't
way
even know where
past
it's
it,
at.
man.
Bottom right.
Oh. I mean, the people
just
that
way
were
past
actually
it.
slaves, I mean, if you want to give them money, sure. But if you want to give all black people money, no.
You know, it's fucked up. It's history. It's fucked up, and
It's
It's
the only
also
history
history.
Ernest knows.
you know what I mean. I don't know.
In a pinch, it's the
Yeah,
only
there-
history that he
there you
knows.
go.
Yeah, but to give reparations now, it's kind of like, dude. I mean,
There might be some
long-
white people that
we're
get
long
reparations.
past that. That's like saying, the Polish people, the Jews, should get reparations for what they went through.
What does that say?
What if they were
I
promised
like a big,
it
I
and
like
never
a
got
big
it?
girl named Ernest. Just want you to know. Is that what that says, Brandon?
Say that again.
I like a big girl named Ernest. That's all. Just wanted you to know.
That's it. That's it.
Ha.
Ah, babe.
That's the video.
She make you tuck it at night.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
think you sleeping on the couch tonight?
it's just some.
Fuck no.
Or maybe she got in the kitchen and got you some dinner ready.
Shit.
She got my dinner ready.
Good woman.
And
What
when
is-
I get
what
Love
was
you,
home,
Marty.
What was she cooking tonight?
Tacos.
God, man, just fucking plain hot dog bullshit. I
Dude,
hate
I
it,
fucking
man.
love hot
I hate
dogs.
it, dude.
I've been.
I hate
You
it.
drink the
you
hot
know what,
dog water
dude?
afterwards?
I've been.
No.
You know what I've been craving? I've been craving like a really, really fucking good slice of cheese pizza, dude. For some reason, and I don't ever eat cheese pizza.
Y'all don't go to Home Slice no more?
No,
Mm.
but I'm. What? And then I've been, dude, fucking, like a really good hot dog is legit.
You pregnant or what?
That's what I was thinking. Ernest.
No, but I'm just saying, I haven't been craving a hot dog, but since you brought up hot dogs, dude, I fucking
Dude,
love
I can't
hot dogs.
stand it,
dude.
man, but-
you don't like hot dogs?
Mm-mm.
You're a bitch.
I
You
don't
love
like
hot
it.
dogs, right?
Yeah.
I don't
A
like
good fucking hot dog, dude. If you know a good hot dog spot,
What do you have on your dog?
dude, I go straight up just mustard and relish.
Same here.
Like a champ. I don't be.
I mean, I like
putting
I
no
like
fucking
chili
sauerkraut
dogs,
and
but
shit
no, I'm
like
just
that.
I like the relish.
I gotta be in the mood for a fucking
Yeah.
chili dog.
And
dude.
I'll put some relish. I won't really put mustard with my chili dog.
No.
But if it's just a hot dog, it's mustard and relish.
No, if I'm having a chili dog, I'm putting mayonnaise on the bun, and then I'm throwing some fucking.
I think it's
Matt, you lost
think-
me.
I'm
Oh.
Mexican, dude. I put
mentally-
mayonnaise on everything.
I think mentally it's more of a situational food.
I think you don't want the bun.
like no, like
You
He
just
wants
Yeah.
raw
straight
wiener.
Straight wiener.
like
I think that is it.
like at a baseball game or something. Sure,
Yeah.
I can eat a hot dog. But
he's
at
the
home
kind
for
that-
dinner, I'm like, dude,
he
can't-
goes-
we can't do better than a fucking hot dog.
He goes
Is that
to
what
Sonic.
you're telling me?
He goes to Sonic order. Can I have the foot long, no bun?
No bun, please.
Actually, can
That
I
was
have
Oscar,
it in my
wasn't
bun?
it?
Yeah,
That was Oscar.
And
What's
the
up,
whiter,
Oscar?
the whiter, the better.
I don't know, man. I love fucking
Let
hot
me
dogs,
have your
though, bro.
girthiest.
But man, like I want to have a hot dog.
I heard taking them white ones moves you up in the world.
We had a trip. We had a trip to New York a few years back, right? And we had a hot dog there, and it was
Nathan's?
in Times Square. No, dude, I went to fucking what's the famous one? The super
Nathan's.
famous one.
Nathan.
No,
That's
no,
the
no,
one-
no.
the one
Great
with
papayas.
the papaya.
Great papaya.
Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
Dude, it's like super famous.
Yeah.
So we went there, and it's a bunch of Chinamen fucking making hot dogs.
I'm not allowed to say that word anymore, sir.
What?
Why?
You got a bunch of Hispanics cooking Chinese food in every damn Chinese
Yeah,
restaurant
but
here.
that shit's good.
I guess the hot dog wasn't
the
good.
got
hot
that-
dog wasn't very good, dude.
Well, that's probably
So-
because you
so-
weren't eating dog.
So,
There's
so,
no telling what you
then,
eat.
so then the next day we were in Times Square and there was a place called Best New York Hot Dog. So I'm like, all right, dude, it was fucking legit, like super. I don't know how they did it, but it was like the outside was crispy, and then the inside was creamy.
I knew
Oh,
You just had to
yeah.
suck on it a little bit,
inside,
didn't
the
you?
inside was it was really good, dude. I'm like, how the fuck did they do that?
How did
'Cause
they
I've
put the
never-
mayonnaise in there?
I've never had
Yeah.
a hot dog that had that kind of like snap, that crispiness on the outside. It was weird, but it was so fucking
it's frozen.
good. No, I don't know.
It's frozen before they
Well,
fry it
fuck.
up.
Dude,
That's
it was
why they
fucking-
fry the outside and the inside just gets
Well,
cooked
no, when we went, it was
perfectly.
in December, so it was like fucking 8 degrees outside, so it probably was frozen.
That's how they do it, man. So the outside burns, but the inside stays perfectly cooked because it's frozen.
No, it wasn't burnt though.
I mean, not burnt, but crispy. Whatever
don't
the
know.
fuck.
But
man.
it was fucking
And so you
good,
have
bro.
two. You can have two different temperatures.
I've been looking for a good hot dog spot here in Austin, and I've been to Frank's where a lot of people say they're downtown. That place blows.
What about
dicks.
Wiener
They put so
Schnitzels?
much fucking shit on hot dogs. It's like
Yeah.
I want a fucking hot dog with mustard and relish. That's it.
Is that food truck Man Bites Dog still a thing?
I don't
Are
know.
they still around? That place
Been
was
to
good.
Belladonna's?
Yeah. No. There is a place that I want to try though that's in Round Rock. It's called like Chicago Eatery or some shit.
That place is good.
Is it?
Yeah,
Dude,
my
I've been wanting to go
my
there
lady
so
lives
bad.
right near there, and we've
Fuck.
been there a few times.
Have you been to the sushi place
Wait,
there
wait,
on
wait.
the end? That place is really
Not yet.
fucking
Sushi,
good
not
too.
yet.
dude.
Nasty.
Not yet.
You're
I'm not a
fucking
sushi.
crazy. Have
guy,
you
though.
ever eaten sushi? Good
No.
sushi, not from
No.
fucking HEB.
The
I
most
wouldn't eat it from
Asian
H-E-B
I'll
anyway.
go is like
I think I've
orange
tried
chicken,
once,
General
and I'm not gonna do it
Tso.
again.
Oh my god. dude.
Sushi's nasty.
Yeah.
You probably had the wrong kind of sushi.
Nope.
It's
No,
so
I've
good.
had the
I
right kind
don't
of
had
sushi.
need to have the right.
Just
kind.
not,
really
you
good.
know.
He's had some authentic sushi.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That time in
You like
Okinawa.
sushi, right?
Fuck no.
Pussy.
I like
But yeah,
shrimp.
dude, and then like a good fucking slice of cheese pizza. I've been fucking wanting for some
You're
reason.
pregnant, dude.
I don't know why.
Fat kid, pregnant.
Prego's right
I don't
across
know,
the
man.
way. They're all right.
Pregos?
Prego's.
Oh, Craigos.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been craving
Fucking
Besides
nothing.
besides corn nuts?
Because I fucking eat everything all fucking day.
I've been
Like,
craving the
I'm
Omni
constantly
Hotel.
fucking eating, dude.
The
I
Omni
eat-
Hotel.
Pasta bar.
Dude,
That's what I've
that
been
I
place
eat
fucking
I
blows
eat out
dick.
so
You
fucking
blow
much
dick.
that
That
I'm
place wasn't
tired of
that
eating
good.
out.
Same here. I eat out for lunch.
Dude, I'm
every
like,
day.
dude, I don't want to fucking eat out no more, man. I'm
That place
so
isn't
tired.
that good.
I like it.
It was
Well,
alright. That place you took us
Dude,
to.
I love that place. Don't even. I've been going there since
It's
like
okay. Olive Garden is
97.
better.
What place is that?
At the
Onion
Omni
Creek
Hotel?
Onion Creek Grill.
No, it
It's
depends on what kind of pasta.
right
you're
next to
gonna do
the
for the
Omni
occasion.
Hotel.
Yeah.
But during
Olive Garden's better.
Monday-
Had a military prom in the
Monday through-
military ball in the Omni
Oh,
back in my
yeah?
high school
Hey.
days.
Monday through Friday, 11 to 2 o'clock, they do a pasta bar, which you get in line and you pick your vegetables.
Why do you switch to the sexy
You pick
voice,
your
dude?
meat, and then you pick your sauce and you pick your pasta. And they cook it all right there in front of you.
You're fucking turning me on right now, dude.
Fucking nice. And not only that, but you get to go make your salad at the salad bar and all the little things that they have, which is like some fancy soup sometimes. They got the little the little tomato with the cheese on it. I mean, it's just off the chain.
Their garlic bread isn't very good, though.
Delicious.
Oh, the bread's really
Garlic bread sucks.
No, it's not.
It's not as good as Olive Garden, but I mean, it's still good.
And not only that, man,
Even
is you
Olive Garden
get,
bread sucks.
there's so many fucking options. You can constantly change your order.
That place
to
that we
try
went
something
to
else.
is fucking legit. That we need to go back. Maggiano's.
Yeah.
That place is fucking legit.
That was good.
Yeah.
Kansas
really
Coach
good.
got a restaurant?
Huh?
That's Mark Mangino.
Well, they have a good deal. It's like $50, and you get an appetizer, 2 entrees, and a dessert.
Bitch, you pay
$50.
$50, you can get fucking all you can eat at Fogo de Chao.
Dude,
Fuck no.
Meat.
Dude, I went to Fogo de Chao, walked out $120 something.
$50, that's 2
It
times.
was like
the pasta bar.
$60 a person.
Yeah, you catch the lunch special.
and
bruh.
my wife ate like a fucking strip of bacon. That was it.
That was a mistake on your part.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know I was trying to impress a little bit. But look
Oh,
at
that was in the early days.
all you can eat meat now.
All right.
And then later.
All right.
No, later you're limited.
Yeah. It's all I
Later,
got,
you're-
babe.
you're
Sorry.
Limited, you're limited to Vienna sausage.
You better make it do your best.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I don't know, dude. So yeah, so if y'all got a favorite pizza joint or hot dog spot, let me know, dude, because I've been looking for that shit.
That place, that Chicago place, check that out. Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That
have
place
to.
pretty
Dude.
good.
I've been wanting
Craigos
to go
is
there.
pretty good pizza, too.
Yeah.
he was talking
Where the
about.
fuck is that at?
I don't know around here, but there's one, where Best Buy is and Sam's Club right across from that Walmart off Mopac.
Yeah,
There's one
is that
over
where we're
there.
at now.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. You got anything else to add?
To what? Just to all
To
this?
talk about anything?
Food. No, I mean, we ever gonna talk fucking John Wick or what?
I mean,
Did nobody fucking like
We
it?
can break it down real quick.
There's a lot of fighting.
Is that not what John Wick fucking does?
More than the other two. There's a lot.
There's a fucking lot.
There's a
Well, because
lot.
everybody's fucking
And
after
they
the
were,
dude.
I know.
My
but
buddy-
some
my
of them were
buddy-
just too long. Some were drawn out, I thought.
My buddy Lee didn't like it.
No?
He said he didn't like it. I told him he was bad shit crazy because I fucking loved it.
Yeah,
I liked
thought
it.
was
And I
good.
liked the storyline, and I like where the next one could go.
I like how they picked up right after part 2 and just kept going.
Yeah,
with
where he
it.
was running. Yeah.
Yeah, they just kept going with it. So you knew exactly what was happening. There was no time lost. It had a story, kind of what was happening and why it was happening. And then almost a story inside of a story, because then you started going through the bullshit that the Continental was going through with the guy who runs it. I
What a
can't never
dick,
remember. his
right?
name. Winston. And the high table.
What was adjudicator? Was that her title or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yes, that bitch needed to die.
Dude,
She was fucking annoying.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She's one of the Aryan chicks from Orange Is the New Black, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
But I thought it was cool. Man. I love the fucking fighting, dude.
Do you think Winston intentionally
he
shot
did.
him?
He did it
and
to save
didn't-
him.
Yeah, to save him.
Yeah.
Instead of, okay.
Because he
No,
had
I don't think so.
No,
I think so. I think he could have shot him in the head and killed him right
Yeah,
there. You think
exactly.
he shoots him in the
dude.
arm?
I think he was trying to kill him.
Well,
I don't
not
think
only
he was
shoots
trying
him in
to
the
kill
arm,
him.
but he knows he knows he has a bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, but dude, there's no
I
way that
think-
he
yeah.
thinks he's gonna fucking survive that fall.
No, he does. He knows it's fucking John
It's
Wick.
John Wick.
It's John Wick.
It's John
No.
Wick. He knew.
I don't think so, dude.
I think he knew.
I think he meant to kill that guy.
No, he didn't.
I don't think so.
Because if he would have said I don't know, then the people that were with that chick would have killed him, and they would have probably shot him in the head or chased after him or whatever. So his only
And I think Wick understands.
yeah,
And I think his mission now is just to get rid of the high table,
exactly.
take all them out.
Which
I don't think Winston's even in a.
I think he's gonna kill Winston.
No, I think him and Winston will work together to get rid of the high table, because then all the Continentals can run independently of each other
Nope.
without anybody calling the shots.
Nope.
Well, JJ, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm still your
Dude,
own word.
Winston's
You're
looked out from him since day one.
Yeah, until it came down to Winston
No.
not controlling his own shit.
No, until Winston decided, hey, man, I got to do this to save your ass.
He wasn't saving his ass.
He was.
No, he was saving his own ass.
No.
He was saving his own ass.
No, because at the very end,
He
when
already
she
made the
comes
deal
in,
with the high table
when she
to
comes,
go back to
yeah,
the
but
Continental.
John didn't want it.
when she comes
No.
back in, when she
Oh
comes
my
back in
God.
from outside, like she's gonna leave, and then she checks and sees that his body's missing.
Yeah.
She comes back in and is like, you know, he's gone, and Winston's like, oh yeah, it's a terrible tragedy.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, like he
he
had no
knows what
interest in
she's
it.
talking about, and he was just kind of like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever.
I'm back to being the Continental. I don't care.
Yeah,
about
that's
any
all
of
he
that.
cared about.
He knows,
And
and
J-
I don't think he tried to.
And
kill
John
him.
didn't
I think
have
he
anything to do with it. He just got reinstitution back as to running the Continental under the high table. And then after their deal was made, John's just standing there. He's not saying, Winston, why are you doing that? Winston, he's just standing there.
No, he
And then-
did say, why was he doing
then-
it? He was
and
like,
then-
Winston, what are you doing?
And then the
So you're wrong.
okay, maybe she did. But then the chick
On
just
that
said,
part.
and him, you know, what about him?
What about him? Well, I guess he's got to die.
Yeah. So he knew. I mean, and
He was
he
gonna kill him, dude.
But I'm
he
sorry.
because he put the gun back there anyway, so he knew he was gonna need it
I
for
don't
something.
care how badass John Wick is. He ain't surviving all that shit. And then hitting his head on the freaking guardrail and flipping it and hitting.
yeah,
it
that
around.
was overboard.
is John.
man.
Have you
Wick.
seen Equalizer 2?
Nope,
Yeah.
not yet.
Is it better than John Wick? I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it.
You
And
seen
No,
the
maybe
first?
I'll
I-
You
watch
seen
it
the
no.
first
next
one though?
week.
I mean, I
I've
like
seen the first Equalizer.
I like that style of fighting where it's just hand to hand combat and they're fucking moving fast and kicking ass, and that's kind of what I like about the Equalizer too. But the storyline and just the overall picture and the idea of what's going on, I like John Wick a lot better. Matter of fact, now that Disney bought Fox Studios, they were talking to Kevin Feige, I guess his name,
Something
that
like
runs
that,
it.
yeah.
And he was saying he would like to get John Wick in the MCU universe somehow. He said if the stars align and we find a way to pull him in, we're going to pull him in.
That's fucking stupid.
I just want to know why they didn't go get Luke Cage to help him against Thanos.
Anyways, all right, man. Let's wrap this baby up.
Ernest, watch Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to. I'm going to. The
you don't fucking do nothing at work.
listen,
At least,
no, I
at least
can't.
season
Look, okay,
5,
look,
episode
look.
1.
Fucking
The-
do
Because
it.
that's you and
No,
JJ.
listen. The reason I can is because I told Marty, I said, hey, we're going to watch these things together, right? Let's watch these. You want to watch an episode? We watched one. Okay. And then we got to 15 Merits. She fell asleep. And I'm like, dude, are you not interested? She's like, no, it was kind of boring. And since then, she hasn't wanted to watch another one.
Well,
So
that
I-
tells you that you can watch
yeah.
it by yourself.
But see, if I do without getting through her first, then it'd be like, what? You
Tell
watch
them it's
more
for the
behind?
show.
Marty,
You gotta
you're
tell her it's for the
listening?
show.
Yeah.
Ernest is going to watch
So
some of the
ask her
Black
right now.
Mirror
Yeah, it's for the show.
for the
Babe,
show because you didn't like some of them. And
Can I
fell asleep.
please?
Can I please?
May I?
What up?
But y'all need to
Please.
watch season 5, episode 1 together because that's JJ and Ernest in the future.
All right. Yeah. So thanks for checking us out. Go follow our Facebook and Twitter at From the Left Hash.
Yeah,
Thanks for
yeah.
watching. We'll see y'all next week.
Thanks
Thanks for
guys. Go
change.
Cowboys.
Good, good.